You're watching CBS News.
Almarai Company, in collaboration with Competitive Manpower, is urgently hiring for the following exciting roles: Grade 1 mechanics, panel beaters, refrigeration technicians, lead mechanics, diesel plant mechanics, welders, and stainless steel welders. Why apply? This is a free recruitment with no application or placement fees required. Contact us today on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. You can also visit us at Waterseas Plaza, Kikorok Road. Alternatively, you can send an email to info@competitivemanpower.com. Apply now. Limited slots available.
You're watching CBS News.
Well, a good afternoon to you. Welcome to CBS News at 1 p.m. My name is SHADRACK. Remember, you can keep the conversation going via social media platforms. That is Facebook. We are on X, TikTok account. You can also watch this particular live bulletin via our YouTube channel. That is CBS News. My name is SHADRACK. Welcome to this afternoon broadcast. You're joining me live from Kenyan capital city of Nairobi. We begin our bulletin this afternoon with an story from the IEBC, where the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, led by Chairperson Erastus Edung Ethicon, was sworn into office by Chief Justice Martha Koome a day after the appointment were cleared by a bench of 3 judges of the High Court. The commissioners will serve a term of 6 years. Speaking moments after taking oath, the new IEBC chairperson expressed gratitude to President William Ruto for the appointment and assured Kenyans of his readiness to serve them.
Today marks the beginning of our service to the people of Kenya. We must approach this sacred duty, therefore, with the urgency and integrity and absolute commitment guided by our Constitution and the laws of the Republic, but more importantly, guided by the expectations of every Kenyan. Free and fair and credible elections are the cornerstone of our democratic society. The IEBC is entrusted with the solemn responsibility to ensure that every citizen's voice is not only heard, but honored. As Winston Churchill once said, the price of greatness is in responsibility. That responsibility now rests with us and with all Kenyans.
I also join you to congratulate the chairperson and the commissioners on your appointment and formal assumption of office. Kenya does not belong to politicians. It does not belong to the judiciary. It does not belong to the IEBC, the police, or any other institution. Kenya belongs to all of us, and no one has a right to trample over others. Each one of us, despite our rank or office, we owned only one vote. Those of us who are privileged to occupy public offices occupy them on behalf of Kenyans, and therefore we must always humble ourselves and deliver services to Kenyans with grace and humility according to our Constitution and the statutes. Whatever you will find not working and serving Kenyans properly at the IEBC, you must confront it and you must fix it. This is why you have been given the mandate.
Well, now let's shift our gears to political matters, where the Westland Member of Parliament, Tim Wanyonyi, has declared his interest in contesting for Bungoma gubernatorial seat. Now, speaking after meeting with ward representatives, MCAs, and aspirants from the county, Tim Onyonyi said he will focus on his gubernatorial bid not as a member of the ODM party, saying that he will work closely with other political parties in the region. Wanyonyi has pledged to prioritize the interest for the people of Bungoma County.
I've come here as a candidate seeking to run for the governor of Bungoma. Hii engine tutadefine baadaye. Si ndio?
Yes.
We shall define. We might end up all together.
Yes.
And that is what I'm praying for.
Tumefika hapa Bungoma siku ya leo kuweza kupeana gavana anayekuja kwa MCS ambao wako zaidi ya 62. Hiyo ni ishara tosha kwamba sasa wale waliokuwa na dukuduku kwamba gavana atatoka wapi waone siku ya leo kwamba gavana amefika.
Interest in Bungoma. I know there are many communities that are operating from here. We have business groups, we have religious groups, we have our other communities that are also working together. Na nikiingia pia mashinane tutapata watu wengine ambao watanisupport. Si ndio? Yes. Na tutatembea pamoja and I'm sure hii safari tutaimaliza vizuri.
Tumesema sisi tutasimama nyuma yake na tuhakikishe ya kwamba hii kiti ya ugavana wa Bungoma mheshimiwa Tim anaunyakua.
Well, Tim Onyonyi, that is an MP in Nairobi, and the previous 2022 general election, he also tried to vie for Nairobi gubernatorial position before the ODM decided otherwise. He was made to vie for an MP position again. He wants to try his luck in Bungoma County, said he is prepared. Now moving on, Mombasa County has recorded 98 mpox cases and 2 deaths as national tally for the virus hits 226. Now, out of 159 samples collected for analysis, 98 tested positive, 61 negative, while 1 result is still pending. Now, speaking in Mombasa, the Director of Clinical Services, Dr. Mohammed Hanif, revealed that the youngest confirmed case involved a 12-year-old child.
My name is Dr. Mohammed Hanif. I'm the County Director, Clinical Services, Department of Health Services, Mombasa County. We are gathered here to give you a brief on the mpox infection that is happening currently in Mombasa County. As you are aware, that mpox infection is a viral infection that originates from Central Africa. Initially it was confined in the central parts of Africa, but now it has spread in the Eastern African region, Kenya included. And Mombasa, we have not also been spared. Out of the 159 cases that have been tested, we have 98 that have turned positive. That means that nearly 75 to 78% of our cases are turning positive. And out of this, we have had 2 deaths that have occurred. Cumulatively, we have been able to admit about 86 patients, and currently we have 24 admitted in our isolation center, which is the Utange Field Hospital under the CGTRH. The transmission is happening across all counties, but the leading counties are Nyali with about 23% and Changamwe with 19%.
As for the issues of vaccines, the national received vaccines and currently plans are underway, but the national team has put in front or has put forward Mombasa County to be one of the counties that will be benefiting for the vaccination. So we are waiting for more. We are waiting for the way forward from the national team on how we'll be cascading the vaccination.
What we'd like to do is to strengthen the case detection and also referrals to the facilities. And we urge our communities, we've set aside a hotline number that is 0793 390 984. So this number you can be able to call and you'll be able to get assistance to where you can easily get immediate help, that is from the household level, and we can also refer you to the nearest facility where you can get assistance.
For prevention, we are encouraging the community to make sure that they report to our nearest health facility for those that have shown any signs and symptoms. And we are also encouraging them on hygiene practices. Hand hygiene, very key. Wash hands with soap and water. These are practices that will help us in preventing the spread of the disease. We are also doing disinfection of where we have clients. With any household that may have a client, we plan for disinfection of those areas. We also help educate the community on the mode of transmission. We ensure that the community is aware about the disease so that they can take care.
Now moving on, Bishop Alfred Rotich, Diocese of Kericho Sacred Heart Cathedral, has asked President William Ruto to reconsider police shooting orders amid Gen Z's protest. Now the bishop asked President Ruto to dialogue with the frustrated Gen Zs to foster a way forward. This comes as Kenya Kwanza leaders continue to support Ruto's directives.
The command indeed is, but it should be moderated by the minister internally. Moderated by the minister internally. It should not come out but use the instruments that have been put in place, like the offices of the IG, and interpret that and even counsel the president to say, yes, we may have said this yesterday, but let the IG say it through the standing orders. These rules it need not to be mentioned by a minister. It can only be said by the force, by the service, like the police. They them say, and you will refer them to the standing orders. There are standing orders on how this, the use of arms, the use of minimum force, when and where. These are in standing orders. And they are in the Act. It is even in the Constitution. So if we all run to the theater as if we were looking for an opportunity to appear on the stage, then we make a mistake. I think at this point we need to counsel the government that yes, mistakes have been made, but corrected immediately. My counsel to anybody elected is not to make empty promises. When you make a promise, it's like telling a child that I'll buy you a plane tomorrow, and you go to Nairobi and there's no plane that you bought. So they will insist on it until even they cry, and the young people are like that. Don't ever make empty promises. Make a promise by when you enter office, then you call for a meeting and you ask people, what do you expect of this government? Don't say expect from us, but sit down with them. And I think this is, from my part here in Kericho, as a bishop of the diocese, there are mistakes that have been made in a political manifesto. Little did they know that they will ricochet on them. It will come back. So what we can do is to use now the moment, and you can even salvage the face of the government when you go down and listen and you correct it and say, yes, we made a mistake, but we are going to correct this. And leadership is about nipping on the bud.
Well, and that's all for now for CBS News at 1 p.m. You can follow us on our social media platform to just see what is happening in the country, some of the updates that we see in the country, including maybe comments from the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who is currently in the U.S., in the United States of America, speaking to Kenyans living and working there. And Gachagua, in one of the posts, he say that it is not possible to have any dialogue with Ruto because he's what he termed as a liar. We have doubts whether So that is Gachagua maybe dismissing the calls from the clergy, politicians and Kenyans to have dialogue with the government. Gachagua now rubbishes that those calls, says there is no way that he, Gachagua, maybe with his team, can dialogue with President William Ruto. That is one of the things that's happening. Rush to our social media platform, that is on Facebook, X account, TikTok, and also you can watch our YouTube and also subscribe to our YouTube channel at CBS News Kenya. That's all for now. Stay tuned and keep it CBS News as we'll be back with more bulletin at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. and also 9 p.m. bulletin. Don't go far. My name is SHADRACK. Have a good afternoon.
You're watching CBS News.
Join our team at AYTB in partnership with Competitive Manpower. AYTB is seeking qualified candidates for the following positions: Technical Advisor, QA or QC Personnel, Shop Coordinator, Report Organizer, Rotating Equipment Repair Technician, Valve Overhaul Technician, Machining Technician.
Contact us today on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. You can also visit us at Waterseas Plaza, Kikorok Road. Alternatively, you can send an email to info@competitivemanpower.com. Apply now. Limited slots available.
You're watching CBS News.